So the speculator doesn't mint Cyclo. They actually don't. They don't deposit S-Flare. They're just literally trading the waves of Cyclo. So when demand for leverage is higher, we said the price of Cyclo goes down because the supply increases. So you can buy Cyclo cheap, and then when people are unwinding, so they're trying to deleverage and they're trying to buy Cyclo back off the market, you sell it to them. You sell it again. So you're literally just speculating on the price. This is a totally valid strategy. And if you're doing this, you are taking the other side of people who want to leverage. So in the traditional lending protocol, you've got the lenders and the borrowers. This isn't, obviously, there's no lending going on here, but there's two sides. And so when you're the speculator, you're the other side. I don't know if you want to give clarification, because I said the other day that it was like,
yeah.
you were like this
yeah. So if you're on like Aave or something, right? Like you put your stables in, and then literally like those stables are going to someone else. People who are depositing stables in Aave aren't doing it because stables are good collateral. They're doing it because that's what people want to borrow, so that they can go and do other things with their leverage. So when you see the market's going up and everyone's getting excited and then they're leveraging, you see the APYs on stables go to like 20% on Aave. So there's no interest and there's no lending here, because there's not like a marketplace, or there's no like tokens going between. It's not like you put in ETH and then you pull out dollars. So that it's not lending, but by buying the Cyclo token when it's low, that basically lets people do the leverage. Like that is literally what enables people to do the leverage, because if no one was buying it, then there would be no leverage to be had because the price would be zero, right? So when people want more leverage, I think it's pretty clear that the price will go down. So as the speculator, you're basically taking the position that people are over leveraged. You're like, there's too much leverage in the system. Cyclo is trading at like 1 cent. That's crazy. Like 1 cent is ridiculous. I'm just going to load up, because of course it's going to go back close to $1. So that's basically what you're doing. And it acts as a multiplier. So if Cyclo was trading at 1 cent, then every $1 that you buy of Cyclo is backing $100 of TVL that somebody put into the system. So the lower it goes, it's almost, I don't know if it's actually exponential, but it's some kind of like non-linear thing, which is like the lower it goes, there's every purchase of the Cyclo is becoming a bigger and bigger multiple on the TVL that's getting deposited. And at some point in the future, people are going to unleverage. They're going to want their S-Flare back. So at some point, they are actually going to have to buy back. So speculating on this is like entirely reasonable. It's not just like a meme where it's like, okay, I hope it's going to pump. It's like literally you are buying the keys to somebody else's collateral that they deposited in the system. And at some point, they have to buy it back from you. So it's at some points, the market is going to be more favorable to leveraging. And at some points, the market is going to be more favorable to supporting other people's leverage. And that's why we have these roles, so everybody can, you don't have to like sit with one role forever. You can look at the market, and one day you might be like, okay, this is a good time to leverage. And then a week later, or a month later, or a year later, you might say, actually, I'm going to take the other side of this because I think now we're too far in the other direction. So yeah, like it's good to understand how it all fits together. So when you're minting and selling and buying back and everything, you actually understand how it fits together.